Guys, you guys probably don't notice this, but we are running out of time. All of us are running out of time. If you look at the current market, all the available technologies out there, right? There are versions of these that are 2-3 years ahead of time, okay? But these are not made public. These are on the hands of the elites, okay? And they are very close to AGI. Once they get close to AGI or they get to the last stage of AGI, one entity, okay? I'm not talking about a country or a group of people, okay? I'm just talking about like one entity, one company is going to rule the entire world, okay? And that company is going to siphon 99% of the wealth of the entire world, okay? And it's going to get rid of all 90% of the human population because they simply do not need you guys anymore. They don't need human laborers, right? Once they get the AGI working, they can have robots to do everything, okay? And they do not, and this entity do not need to follow any sort of law, okay? Or respect any sort of fiat currency, stocks, real estate, okay? All these things are bent under technology, okay? Technology is above everything, okay? It's above law. It's above all the system that we build, okay? And when this entity have AGI, okay, it's just going to be a couple years. I'm telling you, it's only going to take them a couple more years to make this done. Once they have this, okay, they are going to move to Israel, okay? Israel is going to be like the best place for them to host all the most elite type of things, like their fortresses, you know, their people, the most important people to them. And why Israel? So you kind of have to look at where the world is going and why America is fighting everything they can for Israel. Okay, this is something that is above my pay rate. But if you look really closely to geopolitics and everything, how the world is moving, the most powerful people are fighting for Israel. Okay, so that is their base. That is where they want all their fortunes, all the important people to host. And also, you have to understand, Israel have one of the most elite cybersecurities. Okay, so all the elite companies will go to Israel when AGI, post AGI. Okay, and this is how they're gonna get rid of all you guys, right? So you guys know COVID-19, right? They're gonna make something like that, but 100 times more dangerous. And they simply go get rid of all the poor people just by making the vaccine $10,000 a month, right? So if you're making less than $5 million a year, that's going to be a problem for you. You cannot afford that. You might be able to afford that the first year, but you're not going to be able to afford it for the next 5 years. So that is how they're going to get rid of everybody, okay? They don't need to just like outright just kill you. They're just going to be like, oh, there's a virus going on and it's going to cost $10,000 per person to keep you alive, right? If you're making $1 million, this is like nothing for you. So that is how they're going to get rid of everybody, okay? What you can do now is you need to make as much money as you can. And when post AGI comes online, just go to like an island, like a tiny island, get as far as you can to the most mainstream countries like America, China. Because there's going to be a war how like all the elites is going to fight each other, okay? To get the last straw of full control of AGI, okay? So you have to understand this, that you do not have a lot of time right now, and you need to do anything you can to make as much money for you as possible by all means, okay?